she just got the dress on backwards. Ellie, honey, put it on the other way around.
All right.
Hold it. Hold on. What the world kind of a dress is that?
Remember the Beverly Hillbillies? That fun-loving, fish-out-of-water family who struck oil and moved to the big city? For 9 seasons, the Clampetts brought laughs, mischief, and plenty of down-home charm to millions of viewers. But have you ever wondered what happened to the actors behind these beloved characters? Some found success beyond the show, while others stepped away from Hollywood. And sadly, only one of the main cast members is still alive today. Join us as we take a trip down memory lane and uncover what happened to the stars of the Beverly Hillbillies. The Beverly Hillbillies. When the Beverly Hillbillies hit television screens in 1962, no one could have predicted just how big it would become. The show followed the Clampetts, a poor backwoods family from Missouri, who struck oil on their land and moved to Beverly Hills. Their struggle to fit into high society life was the heart of the show, and audiences loved every minute of it. Buddy Ebsen played the wise and kind-hearted family patriarch, Jed Clampett. Irene Ryan stole the show as Granny, always ready to defend her old ways. Donna Douglas charmed audiences as the sweet and naive Ellie Mae, while Max Baer Jr. made everyone laugh as the goofy Jethro. Together, they created a hilarious contrast with the wealthy, sophisticated world around them. But despite being a massive hit with viewers, critics didn't always love the Beverly Hillbillies. It was often compared to Gilligan's Island, another show that was popular with audiences but not with critics. But creator Paul Henning knew what made the show special. In an interview in 1962, he said, "I genuinely got to love these simple, good-hearted people. And I knew that someday I would try and write about them with all the warmth and humor that are characteristically theirs." Henning also believed the timing was just right. In 1963, he told the Lancaster New Era, "The country was ready for a show like the Hillbillies, where it might not have been 2 years ago. I think it is the kind of humor that appeals to the broad area of America that lies outside the 3 major city areas. The urban people also enjoy it, but they don't want to admit it." For 9 seasons, the Beverly Hillbillies dominated TV ratings. It was the #1 show for its first 2 years and stayed in the top 20 for most of its run. 16 of its episodes are still among the most watched in TV history. The show even earned 7 Emmy nominations, proving that, love it or hate it, the Beverly Hillbillies had a lasting impact. But what about the actors that brought the Beverly Hillbillies to life? Jed Clampett. Jed Clampett, portrayed by Buddy Ebsen, was the wise and kind-hearted patriarch of the Clampett family and the Beverly Hillbillies. Despite his lack of formal education, Jed possessed an abundance of common sense and a deep-seated wisdom that guided his family's transition from rural life to the opulence of Beverly Hills. His character was the anchor amidst the comedic chaos, often serving as the voice of reason when Granny's fiery temper or Jethro's harebrained schemes threatened to spiral out of control. Jed's signature exclamation, "Well, lil doggies," became synonymous with his character, endearing him to audiences nationwide. You see, Buddy Ebsen's journey to becoming Jed Clampett was as remarkable as the character himself. Born Christian Ludolph Ebsen Jr. on April 2, 1908 in Belleville, Illinois, Ebsen's early life was steeped in the performing arts. He began his career as a dancer in the late 1920s, performing in Broadway choruses and forming a vaudeville act with his sister Vilma Ebsen. Their act gained significant attention, leading them to Hollywood, where they appeared in MGM's Broadway Melody of 1936. Ebsen's Hollywood career was marked by versatility. He showcased his dancing prowess alongside Shirley Temple in Captain January, 1936, and appeared in several other musicals. A notable chapter in his career was his initial casting as the Tin Man in The Wizard of Oz, 1939. Unfortunately, a severe allergic reaction to the aluminum-based makeup forced him to withdraw from the role, leading to a brief hiatus from film. After serving in the U.S. Coast Guard during World War II, Ebsen transitioned to television, where he found enduring success. His portrayal of Jed Clampett from 1962 to 1971 made him a household name. The show's immense popularity was a testament to Ebsen's ability to embody the humble yet astute character, resonating with audiences across America. Following the Beverly Hillbillies, Ebsen continued to captivate viewers as the titular character in the detective series Barnaby Jones, 1973 to 1980. His portrayal of the methodical and insightful private investigator added another iconic role to his repertoire. Ebsen's career spanned over 7 decades, a testament to his adaptability and talent in the entertainment industry. Beyond acting, Ebsen was an accomplished sailor and author. He penned several books, including his autobiography, The Other Side of Oz, reflecting on his experiences in Hollywood and his brief involvement with the classic film. Ebsen's multifaceted career showcased his dedication to the arts and his ability to reinvent himself continually. Ebsen passed away on July 6, 2003 at the age of 95 due to complications from pneumonia. Granny Daisy Mae Granny Moses, brought to life by Irene Ryan, was the feisty and sharp-tongued matriarch of the Clampett clan. As Jed's mother-in-law, Granny was a force to be reckoned with, often asserting her traditional beliefs and mountain wisdom in the face of Beverly Hills high society. Her character's fiery disposition and unwavering adherence to her roots provided much of the show's comedic flair. Granny fancied herself a mountain doctor, relying on unconventional remedies and her infamous rheumatized medicine, a potent moonshine to cure ailments. Her antics, from feuding with the neighboring Drysdales to her literal interpretations of modern concepts, endeared her to viewers and cemented her status as a television icon. Irene Ryan's path to portraying Granny was paved with a rich history in entertainment. Born Jessie Irene Noblett on October 17, 1902, in El Paso, Texas, Ryan's early life was marked by a passion for performance. She began her career in vaudeville, where she met and married Tim Ryan in 1922. Together, they formed the comedy duo Tim and Irene, gaining popularity on the vaudeville circuit and later transitioning to radio. Their partnership led to appearances in numerous short films in the 1930s, showcasing their comedic chemistry. After her divorce from Tim Ryan in 1942, Irene continued to build a solo career. She became a familiar voice on radio, performing alongside notable figures like Bob Hope, earning the nickname "The Gal Who Makes Bob Hope Laugh." Her versatility extended to film, where she took on various supporting roles, displaying a wide range that would later define her portrayal of Granny. The role of Granny in the Beverly Hillbillies catapulted Ryan to newfound fame. From 1962 to 1971, she embodied the character with such authenticity that many viewers believed she was much older than her actual age. Her performance earned her 2 Primetime Emmy Award nominations for Outstanding Lead Actress in a comedy series in 1963 and 1964, a testament to her exceptional talent. Following the conclusion of the Beverly Hillbillies, Ryan showcased her versatility by returning to the stage. In 1972, she starred as Berta in the Broadway musical Pippin, directed by Bob Fosse. Her rendition of the song "No Time at All" became a highlight of the show, earning her a Tony Award nomination for Best Featured Actress in a Musical. Tragically, during a performance on March 10, 1973, Ryan suffered a stroke. She was subsequently diagnosed with a malignant brain tumor and passed away on April 26, 1973, at the age of 70. Her remains were interred in a mausoleum at the Woodlawn Memorial Cemetery in Santa Monica, California. In her will, Ryan established the Irene Ryan Foundation, dedicating her estate to support aspiring actors. Ellie Mae Clampett. Ellie Mae Clampett, portrayed by Donna Douglas, was the spirited and beautiful daughter of Jed Clampett on the Beverly Hillbillies. With her pin-up girl looks and tomboyish charm, Ellie Mae could toss a fastball and out-wrestle most men. She had a deep love for animals, often preferring their company over people. As she matured, Ellie Mae began to see that fellas can be more fun than critters. Her character's innocence and strength made her a beloved figure on the show. Speaking of which, Donna Douglas's journey to becoming Ellie Mae is as captivating as the character herself. Born Doris Ione Smith on September 26, 1932, in Pride, Louisiana, She grew up on her grandparents' farm near Baton Rouge. Her early life was marked by participation in beauty pageants, earning titles like Miss Baton Rouge and Miss New Orleans in 1957. These accolades opened doors to modeling opportunities in New York City, where she appeared in toothpaste advertisements and as the Letters Girl on The Perry Como Show in 1957. Douglas's acting career began with bit parts in films such as Career, 1959, and Lil Abner, 1959. She also made numerous television appearances in the late 1950s and early 1960s, including a notable role in the Twilight Zone episode Eye of the Beholder, 1960. Her big break came when she was selected from over 500 actresses to play Ellie Mae Clampett in the Beverly Hillbillies, a role that catapulted her to fame. The show aired from 1962 to 1971, becoming one of the most popular series of its time. During the 1966 summer hiatus of the Beverly Hillbillies, Douglas starred opposite Elvis Presley in Frankie and Johnny. While the film was popular, it did little to advance her big-screen career. After the series ended, Douglas found herself typecast as Ellie Mae, which limited her acting opportunities. She decided to focus on her career as a gospel singer, recording several albums starting in 1982. Douglas also became an inspirational speaker, frequently performing at church groups, youth groups, schools, and colleges across the United States. She authored books for children and adults, including a religion-based children's book titled Donna's Critters and Kids, Children's Stories with a Bible, Touch, and a cookbook, Southern Favorites with a Taste of Hollywood, which collects recipes of Southern cooking from show business friends and colleagues. In her personal life, Douglas married Roland Bourgeois Jr. in 1951, with whom she had her only child, Danny Bourgeois, in 1954. The couple divorced that same year. She married Robert M. Leeds, director of the Beverly Hillbillies, in 1971. They divorced in 1980. Douglas was a self-described tomboy in her younger days and, like her character Ellie Mae, was extremely fond of animals. Douglas passed away from pancreatic cancer on January 1, 2015, at the age of 82, at Baton Rouge General Hospital in Zachary, Louisiana. She was buried in East Feliciana Parish, Louisiana's Bluff Creek Cemetery, Milburn, Drysdale. Portrayed by Raymond Bailey, Milburn Drysdale was the shrewd and money-obsessed president of the Commerce Bank in the Beverly Hillbillies. As the Clampett's next-door neighbor and banker, Mr. Drysdale was determined to keep their substantial fortune in his bank. He often went to great lengths to cater to their whims, enlisting his loyal secretary, Miss Jane Hathaway, to assist in appeasing the Clampetts. His character's obsession with wealth and his comedic attempts to adapt to the Clampetts' unconventional ways added a humorous dynamic to the show. Raymond Bailey's path to this iconic role was anything but straightforward. Born on May 6, 1904, in San Francisco, California, Bailey harbored dreams of becoming a movie star from a young age. As a teenager, he ventured to Hollywood but found breaking into the industry more challenging than anticipated. To make ends meet, he took on various short-term jobs, including working as a day laborer at a movie studio during the silent film era. However, his aspirations led him to sneak into a mob scene during filming, which resulted in his dismissal. Undeterred, Bailey moved to New York City, hoping to find success in theater. Unfortunately, opportunities remained scarce. This led him to a life of adventure. He became a merchant seaman, traveling to places like China, Japan, the Philippines, and the Mediterranean. While docked in Hawaii, Bailey worked on a pineapple plantation, performed in community theater, and even sang on a local radio program. In 1938, Bailey decided to give Hollywood another try. This time, he managed to secure small roles in films. However, with the onset of World War II, he joined the United States Merchant Marine, putting his acting career on hold. After the war, Bailey returned to Hollywood and began to land more substantial character roles. He appeared in numerous television series throughout the 1950s, including Alfred Hitchcock Presents, Gunsmoke, and Perry Mason. His persistence and versatility as an actor were finally paying off. His big break came in 1962, when he was cast as Milburn Drysdale in the Beverly Hillbillies. His portrayal of the greedy banker became one of his most memorable roles, and he remained with the show until its end in 1971. Around this time, Bailey began experiencing symptoms of Alzheimer's disease, which affected his ability to work. He made only 2 film appearances after the show's cancellation: the Disney features Herbie Rides Again, 1974, and The Strongest Man in the World, 1975, before retiring in 1975 due to the effects of the disease. In his final years, Bailey led a reclusive life, dividing his time between a condominium and a houseboat in Laguna Niguel, California. He kept in touch with former co-star Nancy Kulp, but largely stayed out of the public eye. Raymond Bailey passed away on April 15, 1980, at the age of 75, in Irvine, California, due to a heart attack. His body was cremated, and his ashes were scattered at sea. Jane Hathaway. Jane Hathaway, affectionately known as Miss Jane, was the efficient and loyal secretary to Mr. Drysdale, the banker in the Beverly Hillbillies. Portrayed by Nancy Kulp, Miss Jane was well-educated and genuinely fond of the Clampett family. She often found herself caught between her boss's greedy schemes and her desire to protect the naive but kind-hearted Clampetts. Her unrequited crush on Jethro added a humorous twist to the series. In 1999, TV Guide honored her character by ranking Jane Hathaway number 38 on its list of the 50 greatest TV characters of all time. Nancy Kulp, born on August 28, 1921, in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, led a multifaceted life. Before her acting career, she earned a journalism degree from Florida State University and worked as a feature writer, profiling celebrities like Clark Gable and the Duke and Duchess of Windsor. During World War II, Kulp served in the U.S. Naval Reserve, attaining the rank of lieutenant, junior grade. Her service earned her several decorations, including the American Campaign Medal. After the war, she ventured into Hollywood, initially working in publicity. However, director George Cukor saw potential in her and encouraged her to pursue acting. This led to roles in films such as The Model and the Marriage Broker, Sabrina, and A Star is Born. Her television appearances included shows like The Bob Cummings Show and I Love Lucy. However, it was her role as Miss Jane Hathaway on The Beverly Hillbillies that brought her widespread recognition. She portrayed this character throughout the show's 9-season run from 1962 to 1971. After the series ended, Kulp continued to act in television and film. She also ventured into politics, running as a Democrat for a congressional seat in Pennsylvania in 1984. Despite her dedication, she was unsuccessful in her bid. Later, she transitioned into academia, teaching acting and sharing her wealth of experience with students. Nancy Kulp passed away from cancer on February 3, 1991, at the age of 69, in Palm Desert, California. She is buried at Westminster Presbyterian Cemetery in Mifflintown, Pennsylvania, where her headstone includes the words Miss Jane Hathaway, Jethro Bodine. Max Baer Jr. portrayed Jethro Bodine's character. He was the well-meaning but dim-witted nephew of Jed Clampett on the Beverly Hillbillies. Known for his grandiose aspirations and limited intellect, Jethro's character provided much of the show's comedic relief. Whether aiming to become a brain surgeon or a Hollywood producer, his misguided ambitions were a constant source of humor. Despite his lack of common sense, Jethro's childlike innocence endeared him to audiences. Max Baer Jr. was born on December 4, 1937, in Oakland, California. He is the son of the legendary boxer Max Baer Sr., who once held the heavyweight championship. Growing up in the shadow of his father's fame, Baer Jr. faced challenges, including defending himself against bullies. Encouraged by his father to stand his ground, he developed a reputation for resilience. Baer Jr. pursued higher education and earned a bachelor's degree in business administration with a minor in philosophy from Santa Clara University. His acting career began in 1960 with appearances in television series such as Maverick, Surfside 6, and Cheyenne. However, it was his role as Jethro Bodine in the Beverly Hillbillies that catapulted him to fame. He embodied this character throughout the show's run from 1962 to 1971. After the series concluded, Baer Jr. faced typecasting challenges, making it difficult to secure roles beyond Jethro. Undeterred, he transitioned into filmmaking. In 1974, he co-wrote, produced, and starred in Macon County Line, a low-budget thriller that became an unexpected hit, grossing $19 million against a modest budget. This success showcased his versatility beyond acting. He continued to produce films, including the 1976 adaptation of Ode to Billy Joe, which also performed well at the box office. Despite these achievements, Baer Jr. eventually stepped away from Hollywood and pursued other business ventures. He attempted to develop a Beverly Hillbillies-themed casino in Nevada, though the project faced legal challenges. As of 2025, Max Baer Jr. is the last surviving main cast member of the Beverly Hillbillies. At 87 years old, he leads a quieter life, enjoying activities like golfing and reflecting on his storied past. And while the others may be gone, their legacy lives on in every rerun and every laugh that the Beverly Hillbillies still brings to audiences. Which Beverly Hillbillies character was your favorite and why? Share your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to subscribe for more such stories.